So moving into the second concept. And so instead of that embankment in place that's slightly elevated to resist sea level rise up to about a mid-century point, this would be a much more expensive but an elevated structure that would logically be built for much higher levels of sea level rise. It would preserve that same experience there in the heading out across the marsh, some opportunities for overlooks, and the marsh would essentially adapt and migrate and be restored below it and to a degree separate from it. But that trail itself, there you can see it in the plan, again, elevating up along Holiday Inn, down towards Manzanita to the south, and then an elevated structure all the way across until it then begins to come kind of back down to an embankment and an ecotone slope through North Bodine Marsh and parallel to Miller Avenue. And that's pretty similar up there in North Bodine on all the options. Well, let's switch gears to Coyote Creek. In this scheme, it's quite different. There is a realignment of Coyote Creek, and the purpose of this is to attempt to redirect sediment that does flow out of the Coyote Creek watershed and direct that, instead of out into Richardson's Bay, directed into the marsh. As Eddie described, where the marsh is experiencing erosion. Sediment supply is unable to keep up with the pace of erosion and the pace of sea level rise. So we need new sources of sediment. This would be a natural source of sediment. We're also looking at other placement of sediments, and there's some opportunities for that. And then lastly, in green, the ecotone slopes. So again, pretty similar to some of the other schemes where there's an embankment, there's an ecotone slope. There's opportunities for some thin lift placements, some marsh mounds and things within the marsh, as well as beaches and all those kinds of nature-based solutions that we've been talking about.